Hey guys, you got Chuck over here coming at you live on our Rio Blanco YouTube page. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about a couple of things that we've got here on our website. Specifically, today, we're going to talk about insurance claims and the frequently asked questions that come along with them. We've come to realize that a lot of times our homeowners have never been through the process and have a wide array of questions pertaining to how it works. So we've assembled a frequently asked questions section here on our website, rioblanco roofing.com. And I want to take a couple minutes to kind of go through and answer some of these questions. So, number one, we've got here: how can I tell if I have hail damage? My roof isn't leaking. And that's a great question. It's one of the more common, obviously, that we get. And the answer to that is pretty simple. If the hail's large enough and hard enough, the damage is sometimes very evident for anyone to see. But often, hail damage is difficult to determine right after a storm. It's best to have a skilled, knowledgeable, licensed professional roofing contractor provide you with a free storm damage assessment. Too often, hail damage is overlooked and not discovered until your roof starts leaking from accelerated damage resulting from wind or hail damage. And that's a great thing, because a lot of stuff can go on in the time between a hailstorm and the time that the leak actually occurs. And one of the more important things is that there's a statute of limitations that insurance sometimes puts on that dictates the amount of time from the event that you can actually file a claim and receive compensation based on that damage. So, in some cases, the damage can be minimal. It can take a little bit longer to actually start to show and start to cause leaks, but the time goes by and you're denied because it's what they consider to be old or, previously covered or considered hail. So keep an eye on that. It's always good after every storm to contact and have someone come take a look. Most roofing companies will do it absolutely free. That's a free service that Rio Blanco provides. We'll come out, we'll do a free 16-point inspection for you. Make sure that your roof is in good condition after any storm. Um, Another great question that we get is that the insurance company withheld depreciation on the roof. Can I get that money? And this is a subject that a lot of people get confused with. A lot of people are very angry with their insurance carriers because they don't understand how this works. And it's a simple answer for you. Most homeowner property policies cover full replacement value. The first check the insurance company gives you is going to be the actual cost value, or the ACV, what the roof costs to be replaced or repaired today after deducting your roof's age, just like your car is worth less now than the day you bought it. The money withheld is called depreciation, or technically the replacement cost value, RCV, and it'll be paid to you when the work is completed, or most times upon submission of a signed contract with a licensed contractor for the work specified in the insurance adjuster's repair estimate. So that basically says, yes, the money that they hold is going to be recoverable upon completion of this project. All the paperwork will be filed on your behalf with your roofing contractor. Rio Blanco has experts in our team who take care of this on a daily basis, and that money can be brought back to you on the back end, which brings the next question: why did the insurance company withhold depreciation? It's a good question, right? We just found out in the previous one that they do withhold it. So let's figure out why they do that. There's three reasons that the insurance companies hold some money back. Number one is to make sure that you get the work done. Past experience has shown them that if they give the customer all the money up front, some people end up spending it on something else. That's human nature, right? You get a lump sum of money in your pocket. All of a sudden, you're buying new tires, you're going to Disney World, anything else besides doing what you're supposed to do with it. And the insurance companies got smart. So, the number two thing is they want to make sure that you pay your full deductible and repair your property. And number three, if the roofing work costs less than the adjuster's estimated, the insurance company will pay you based on that lower sum. That saves the insurance company money. But to get a roof replaced for less than the adjuster estimated means that the contractor is probably going to cut corners somewhere on your roof installation. You should choose to buy as good of a roof as the insurance has agreed to allow for with their estimate. Legally, you have to pay the deductible either way. So go ahead and get the best roof that you possibly can. Hopefully that makes sense. The next question we've got here is probably the number one question that people will ask. Again, if you don't know, you're just asking. If you do know, then okay, maybe a red flag, but here you go. How can I avoid paying the deductible? And the answer is very simple. Legally, you can't. You're legally bound by accepting the terms of the insurance policy that you're responsible for paying that part, the first part of the cost of a claim. Of course, a roofer in collusion with a homeowner can submit falsified invoices. However, doing this is insurance fraud, and insurance fraud is a felony. So please don't ask Rio Blanco Roofing and Restoration to do this. We only do our work in a legal, honest, and forthright manner. And this should be the kind of company that you want to do business with. So if anybody tells you that they can eat your deductible or that you can get your roof for free, just understand two things. Number one, it is against the law. Texas House Bill 2102 very clearly states that the homeowner has to pay that policy deductible as part of the process. And it is held contingent upon proof of payment for the recoverable depreciation to be released as well. So, something to keep in mind there. Another thing to keep in mind is that these situations are calculated out pretty well with the insurance companies. They use a system called Xactimate, which gives you the average material and labor cost for any project across the United States, and it's updated every 30 days per county. So it's an extremely detailed and, up to date system that gives you the true cost. The insurance company uses that to put together the estimate to do the replacement on your roof or your windows, your siding, whatever may have been damaged by this storm, and they factor in the fact that you're going to pay that deductible into that estimate. So anyone telling you they can do it for less is really going to be cutting corners. They're really going to be doing a cheap job on it. And the fact of the matter is, I've never known too many insurance carriers to be extremely overly generous with their money. I've never known them to pay thousands of dollars, in some cases more than what it actually costs to do a job. So if you've got a roofing contractor that's telling you that they can do it without the deductible, just know that you're about to diminish the value of your property. And if you do it now, you knowingly are committing insurance fraud. So be careful and, understand how this system works. Brings us to our next question here. In the paperwork, it looks like my insurance company has already deducted my deductible from the check they sent me. And the absolute truth is, yes, the insurance company subtracts the homeowner's deductible amount on the paperwork from the total amount the insurance company allows for the claim. The homeowner will pay their deductible directly to the contractor to make up that part of the total. The balance, after subtracting what the homeowner will pay directly to the contractor, which is your deductible, is the total amount the insurance company will actually pay for the claim. So basically, what this says is if you've got an RCV policy, your insurance company is going to break this down into a couple separate payments, and they're going to make sure through their system that you take care of your responsibility. And the way they do that is they give you a first check up front, which is the amount of your roof in its current state with all the depreciation factored in and taken out of that as well. And then they also subtract out the total of your deductible. That first check you're going to get in accordance with your insurance policy will go hand in hand with that deductible. And when you pay your insurance premium, you pay your insurance claim to your contractor. You're going to give them that first check, which is the ACV, the actual cash value. Like I said, that is the amount that it's currently worth in its current state with its depreciated age, its depreciated condition, and also the deductible has been taken out of that. So that first check's going to be pretty small. You put the deductible back in with that first check as your first portion of payment to the to the contractor. And then once that contractor does the work, they're going to file all that paperwork on your behalf with your insurance carrier. The depreciation will then be released to you, and you're going to be taken care of everything minus the deductible. Next question's a good one. Why is the insurance company only paying for part of my roof? My neighbor's insurance company paid for their entire roof. And this is a good one. There's a lot of different reasons on this. Number one thing is the damage an individual house receives, such as the age, quality, and condition of the roofing, tree coverage, and how steep the roof is. Those are some of the factors that play into this. Your neighbor may have sustained extensive damage and you have received less or none. The insurance company is only going to pay for the actual damage to your home. If the entire roof was not damaged, unfortunately, the insurance company won't pay for the entire roof. However, if it is borderline, it's always beneficial to have your roofing contractor accompany the insurance adjuster to assist in the accurate assessment of all damage. Sometimes insurance adjusters may not be able to see all the damage if they're not able to walk on a steep roof and photograph certain areas. Rio Blanco Roofing and Restoration ensures a helpful presence to look out for your best interests and assist the insurance adjuster if needed with proper ladders, damage assessment, photographs, and measurements. So, what that's saying, I've seen this happen many times where you're in a neighborhood and one house will get a complete re-roof taken care of through the insurance, and the next door neighbor will have less than enough to get it done, and sometimes they don't even have any. And there are so many factors that go into that, like it says, the age of the roof, the age of the house, the quality and the condition of the roofing materials that were used. If there's trees that could have, blocked some of the hail damage. The pitch of the roof is huge. A steeper pitch roof is less likely to sustain damage from hail that's coming in at an indirect angle, and that's just some of the stuff. So definitely take into account that every house is different, everyone's unique, and that's why insurance companies sometimes don't pay for the same thing on one house as they did for one in close proximity. And it's one of those things. If you feel like you've been cheated, if you feel like you should have gotten a new roof, obviously it's in your best interest to contact someone and have them come out and take a look and reassess it for you. But just know that sometimes that does happen. Next question: should I get several estimates? And this is a great one. I love this question because a lot of times people would assume, yes, you need to get multiple estimates because you're trying to get the best deal. The truth of the matter is, when the insurance company is paying for the work, the dollar amount of the contractor's estimate is not as important as long as it is equal to or less to the insurance company. And I don't think that's even true, really. Off my own website, I'm going to disagree. Equal to or less than the insurance is not what I'm looking for. In all such cases, Rio Blanco Roofing and Restoration, you're only going to be paying your deductible. So your cost with us will be what the insurance company pays plus your deductible. For that, we'll provide you first-class repairs or replacement as the insurance company has estimated for. And that brings me to this next one because I was just getting ready to talk. What if your estimate is greater than the insurance company's estimate? And often this is because of something that the insurance adjuster missed in the scope of work to be completed. We can almost always work with something, or we can always work something out with the insurance company. We're going to submit what's called a supplement with documentation in the form of pictures, measurements, and paperwork. And the insurance company will review the supplement and, upon approval, send an additional check or include additional sum on the second check for those extra costs needed to complete the required repairs. The additional costs are borne by the insurance company, not the homeowner, and the homeowner only ever pays the deductible. So this is something to keep in mind. In a lot of cases, when you do get multiple estimates on an insurance claim, you're going to have various levels of professionalism, various levels of material qualities, various levels of insurance. All kinds of different things can factor into an estimate. So when your insurance carrier comes out, they utilize a program, like I said, called Xactimate. And what that does is it protects you, the homeowner, from being taken advantage of in any way, shape, or form by giving you a baseline expectation as to what that cost should be, or somewhere in that ballpark. And when you're working with a quality contractor, they're going to understand that you can work within the insurance company's estimate. And if there is anything in addition to what's covered currently, any unforeseen circumstances come up, or any work that was maybe left off inadvertently or otherwise, you can add that in and you can work directly within that claim to supplement it. Whereas if you get multiple estimates from multiple roofing contractors that deviate off of what that insurance scope actually is saying that you should be doing, you're putting yourself in jeopardy. You've got a lot more opportunity then for something to go wrong and the insurance company to tell you, hey, we're sorry because we told you what you needed to do. You hired someone else, you got a different estimate, you got something that doesn't show the same work scope. Now, because of that, you've put yourself in a vulnerable position because the insurance is less likely to work with you, knowing that you've done something different from what they recommended. Insurance companies are great and they take care of their clients, but they do have set provisions in place. They understand what the costs are that go into these jobs, and they understand that there are certain things that are going to need to be supplemented. And anyone that works off of anything other than that is putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. So be careful when you're doing it. Understand that working with professionals is the most important aspect of an insurance claim. And it's more about working with someone that you know is going to do the job with quality products, that's not going to diminish the value of your home, that's going to be there for you long term if you ever need anything from them. And it's going to check back with you annually to make sure that your roof is performing the way that it's supposed to. These are things that Rio Blanco does regularly. We want to make sure that we take care of our clients and that they understand how important they are to us. When you work with us, you're going to get us for life. We're going to come out every year for life and we're going to do maintenance on your roof. We're going to make sure it's taken care of. We're going to make sure that you don't have anything to worry about and that everything moving forward in your life is no stress when it comes to your roof. So keep that in mind. I appreciate everybody for watching this video. I appreciate the little background stuff that I got going on here. It's Black Friday here in College Station, Texas, 2021. And I'm just in my office doing some videos. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch this, understanding the frequently asked insurance claims questions. And as always, if you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us directly, rioblancoroofing.com. You can call us at 833 Rio ASAP, and we'll be happy to do anything we can to answer any questions as it pertains to insurance claims. So thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.